Sword Grace Rock Show, the core of new rock and metal.
I'm joined by Lizzie of Sertraline. It's great to have you back on Rhino Radio again. Thank you for joining us.
Thanks.
How are you doing?
Yeah, good, not bad. Just, dealing with lockdown like everybody else in the current situation. How are you?
Happy times, dealing with it as well. Starting to get a lot more dragged into TikTok and Instagram stories and stuff.
TikTok.
Oh
okay.
God, not made anything yet. Been tempted to at like midnight, but not happened yet.
It's only a matter of time. It's only a matter of time.
Have you been learning any of the dances or anything?
No, I mean, I do have TikTok on my phone, but it's been a while since I've been on it. I tend to just dip in and out, and I'm the same as you. I've not made one yet. I think the day when I do, it'll all go downhill from there.
I was going to say, it's one of those apps you've got to stay off, because once you like watch a couple of videos, it becomes a whole few hours.
I know, they are very addictive.
Oh, it's mad. Anyway, so congratulations. You've released your new EP, Clouded Minds and Silver Lines. Me, my brother, my whole family, we absolutely love it. So you've got a thumbs up from the Stevens family.
Fantastic.
So I want to ask you personally, how do you feel it's been received by listeners as well?
Oh yeah, really well. We've had sort of more views and streams and features from press than we've ever really had before. It's kind of been a record-breaking thing for us, so that's really nice. And it's just nice to feel like we're still moving forwards all the time. It's really good. So yeah, generally everything's been really positive.
So you guys are on the up, which is always a good thing. I mean, going back to where we kind of met you at Bloodstock for the first time, performing on the on that stage. I mean, how do you feel? How far have you come so far? It's been pretty cool.
Yeah, I feel like the Metal to the Masses and Bloodstock was it's sort of been the start of a sort of like lots of events that have catapulted from that since then. In the past couple of years, we've done some really, really cool stuff. Like we went out to Europe for the first time, and obviously we've performed at Tech Fest as well. And I feel like the whole Metal to the Masses and Bloodstock just took us up maybe a bigger level, and it took us a bigger step up. And yeah, it was really cool, and obviously we're really grateful for that experience.
Awesome. So you also had a live stream Q&A on release night, which I was being annoying in the comments with some weird questions, I guess. What was that experience like for you, and can we expect some more like online content, more live streams at all?
Do you know what, we've never gone live on Facebook or Instagram or anything like that, and we thought our guitarist's girlfriend suggested it to us, actually, because I think she'd seen Enter Shikari do it, or they did something similar, and she suggested it, and I thought, that's a really good idea, actually. But I don't think we expected it to be as interactive as it was. I think there was something ridiculous, like 500 comments or something on it, and we were on the phone for like an hour and 20 minutes just chatting, and it was really nice because it felt like we were all together, and we're all at the pub, and we were just like having a drink, listening to some tunes and having a chat, and it was really, really nice. We really enjoyed it.
Awesome. So hopefully we'll get to see more of that in the future then, keeping our fingers crossed.
Yeah, hopefully. We're working on some stuff at the minute for content wise. Obviously, main focus at the minute is to promote the EP and push that out there. But we're always working on things like playthroughs, and I'm going to do a sort of behind the lyrics video series for the EP, and just sort of go into a bit more detail on what the songs are about. So that should be cool.
That would be brilliant. I've got to ask this question. I've been meaning to ask it since the day I saw you performing live. When are we getting Sertraline branded shorts for merch?
Shorts? Oh, I don't know.
It's your thing. I'm sure it is.
I feel like we've missed the boat a bit this year, because it's kind of already moving into summer. So we might be looking at a 2021 shorts collection, but I'll bear it in mind for sure. What style of shorts?
I mean,
you thinking like gym shorts? Or?
We could do some bicycle pants. We can do some hot pants. I don't see why not. I'm sure the guys would wear them.
a variety of different lengths. I like it.
I think you need to get the lads to join in on that for sure.
Yeah, well, they can be the models, definitely.
That would be amazing. So I want to talk about one of your tracks. I can never remember. I think it's either Isolation or Inside Out. I think it's Inside Out. But you talk about personas and the use of, and you use the really, really good quote, which I love, which is, "If all the world's a stage, are we all actors?" So I want to ask what that means to you.
So the concept of Inside Out was kind of aimed at the sort of keyboard warrior types online, you know, the ones that are sort of all, you know, the big I am when they're bashing people online, but then, you know, it's basically kind of don't fall for the fake people, essentially. And, you know, it's all about sort of being like working out who's genuine and who's not. And you've got that kind of like, you need almost these days like physical proof that someone's being genuine, because they can hide behind so many different things online and by various other means. So yeah, it's kind of about that, really. A bit general.
No, it's cool. I mean, going off that, is there been a time where you've had to deal with kind of like hate comments on like YouTube videos that you put out for music videos, and how have you dealt with that at all?
Not personally, no. Actually, like I've never felt like targeted or anything like that myself. I tend to be quite careful about what I post online, just because, you know, like privacy and stuff like that. I find like, because you see a lot of dramas go on yourself with other people, and you sort of it's quite hard to see it all going on so much, I think, and it's frustrating from an outsider's point of view, seeing it all go on, never mind it happening to you. So no, I've been lucky for it to never happen to me, but it's hard because you can't get involved either, really, sometimes, because it just ends up making it worse. It's really difficult.
So I want to continue on. I wanted to ask, and it's a bit of a weird question, I suppose, to ask, but I want to ask, is there any reason that most of the songs on the EP are kind of a slower tempo? So I noticed like 4 out of 5 of them are kind of slower, and then you've got that really, really cool track that goes a bit faster as well. Is there a particular reason why you chose a slower tempo, or?
I don't know. I mean, I think they all kind of have the high and low points, and you know, moments of like peaks and troughs, if you know what I mean. I don't know. I don't really think of any of them as being slower. But that might just be because, you know, when you're playing them, it's kind of you feel a bit more momentum when you're actually playing them. But no, it wasn't intentional. I think it's just the way it is.
The way they ended up being written.
I don't know if that's a good or a bad thing.
That's cool. So I want to ask you as well. You did the a behind the scenes video. I wanted to ask you, how much time did you end up spending on the Sonic the Hedgehog game?
Probably more time than I should. I think, it was just there. So if there was ever a time when I wasn't filming or doing anything, I was just like, oh yeah, I'll just, because I used to love playing it on the Sega Mega Drive when I was a kid. So it took me right back.
Did you get any high scores or anything at all?
I don't think so, no.
Speaking of games then, obviously with us all being locked up at the moment, is there any games that you've been finding yourself addicted to at all recently, or just enjoying in general?
Well, I downloaded The Sims at the very start of lockdown, because I've not played that in years and years and years. So I downloaded that thinking I was going to be on it all the time. And after the novelty wore off after a couple of weeks, I was done. I think I made the band in Sims form. And I built as a really, really cool 3-story house, and in the basement it had a gym and a music studio, and it was just awesome. And after I'd done that, and then I actually started playing, I was like, oh, I'm bored now. Apart from that, not really. I tried to get back into my Xbox, but it's a bit outdated because I've only got a 360. So I was sort of trying to find the best games that I had. I think I played a really shit version of Mario Kart. I think it was like Formula 1 version of Mario Kart or something.
Wow.
So I was playing that. I know, and I keep meaning to start Skyrim from the beginning, but don't know if I'll get there.
I've always been awful at that game, but I love it so much.
It's such a good game. It's probably one of my favourites of all time.
There's something about the soundtracks as well. I don't know if you find them, like, I find them quite peaceful.
Oh, definitely, yeah, definitely.
So
Makes the
go on, sorry.
stuff less scary.
Yes, yeah. Well, I have one that actually helps me sleep, weirdly enough. Do you have any kind of like
Oh,
tracks that you help to use you, or does Sertraline help you pass out at all?
oh no, I use just the sleep playlist on Spotify. I think it's thousands and thousands of songs, and I just press shuffle, and that's what helps me get to sleep.
Fair play, fair play. So, with everything that's been going on at the moment, I wanted to ask you your opinion on how do you think the industry has changed for music at the moment, and do you think there's going to be any kind of like permanent damage or permanent positives that we can see out of this?
Well, obviously everything's kind of shifted to be online. Like bands are trying to just release as much online content as possible, and everyone's always thinking of new ways that they can reach their fans and entertain the fans and stuff while we're all stuck indoors. I think, I don't know. I really don't know how it's going to be when we start, opening up live music venues again. Because I mean, I'm not sure exactly how many we've already lost and how many have already closed, because obviously with not being able to open, they just can't afford to open again. So
Yeah.
I'm not sure how many exactly we've already lost so far. But I think sadly there probably will be venues that don't ever reopen, which is really, really sad. Everyone's just trying to, do their bit, aren't they, to support the venues and the bands and everyone that's been affected. So I think as long as we all kind of stick together, hopefully we'll get out the other side in the best way that we can.
And I want to ask her, how do you have an opinion on what is currently better, or what you feel is better in terms of an album or an EP release? Obviously, a lot of bands now tend to kind of go towards EPs. Is there a preference that you have, or do you think traditions are changing in a way?
Well, the impression that I've got is that if you want sort of your streaming stats and things to improve, then releasing music like little and often is kind of the preferred way. So like releasing a couple of singles and then an EP and then maybe another couple of singles or something, that's kind of, it keeps the algorithms or whatever interested in the music. But I mean, that's for online stuff. I mean, I know probably fans prefer albums because they're getting more music to binge and listen to. And I think from the band's point of view, I think there's a question of money, because EPs are obviously quite a bit cheaper to do in terms of time, investment and money. But I think there comes to a point where you do want to just, embrace the creativity and try and put together an album, which is, I think, something that we're looking at doing next.
Oh, exciting. There you go. Little peek at what we could have to come. I'm excited for that then. So how can we support you right now then? Obviously, you've got the EP out at the moment. You've got merch, but is there anything else that we can help you with at the moment?
Yeah, just keep sharing the new music and, maybe just pointing us in the direction of someone that might have not heard us before. And if you think they might like us, just say, oh, have a listen to this, see what you think. And if you like it, go follow them on Facebook and Spotify and everywhere. Just sharing, to be honest. I think just getting the reach is the most important thing for us at the minute. And obviously, if you have got a few quid to spare and you need a new t-shirt, then do pop over to the store and check out what we've got up there. So yeah.
Fantastic. So we're going to wrap things up there, but just before we go, is there anything else you want to say at all to listeners and fans?
Just keep supporting the music you love, the venues that you love. We all need to stick together, stay positive, and we just can't wait to get back to live music whenever that may be.
Awesome. Thank you very much for your time, Lizzie.
You're welcome. Thanks for having me.
All the best.